Welcome to Brabus, where today you join me for a full tour, a complete visit at this amazing facility to see how they create a masterpiece. Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me here in Bottrop, Germany with my AMG GT Black Series on a tour around Europe. But it's been a while since I last visited the Brabus HQ, and it's safe to say that things have expanded a touch or two. It is the most incredible location, and we're about to go behind closed doors to see how they put together some of the best cars in the world. There is a lot to see, and we're going to be joined by Sven, who's been through the ropes with Brabus as the company has grown. But from starting in the showroom to checking out the workshops, the new facilities for the production of the 900 Rocket R, also for the G-Wagons, the likes of the XLP and the 6x6, plus the different manufacturing and processes, for example, materials and trim, to create the masterpiece interiors requires a set of skills that here at Brabus are completely dialed in. We're going to go also to see some of the other production, the techniques and things that are used to really help create and be at the forefront of the technology to make unique and bespoke cars, plus understand the scale of everything with the warehousing and storage of different parts, because believe me, you're going to be in store for something pretty special as we go on this tour. Safe to say, this thing has quickly picked up a fair few miles as we've traveled basically around the world with it. Today though, we are at a location where over the years I've visited on a number of occasions, in fact with quite a few of the Shmi-mobiles, and been lucky to test drive many different Brabus products. Everything from monster off-roaders to the likes of the Brabus Ultimate smart-based cars as well. And along the way they also happen to make things like the Brabus Crawler, absolutely out of this world. But we need to get an understanding for all of this. How do you make perfection? So let's head straight on in and go and get this started. Sven, hi.
Hi Tim, welcome back to Brabus, long time ago.
It's been a while indeed, but I tell you what, showroom is filled with some magnificent cars as always.
Yeah, we have a Brabus 850 based on the Maybach, 12-cylinder, four-wheel drive, fully spec.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because we have to be honest, this is a nice car to begin with, and then you take it even further, because the masterpiece is what we need to be talking about.
Yeah, because you know, all our clients buying the best from the factory. They're buying the most exclusive from the factory, and then they say, no, I want to have a masterpiece, custom made for my wishes. And that's what we're doing here. So as you see with the brown interior, shadow chromed wheels, carbon fiber add-on parts like in the front, here and there. Also all the chrome is in shadow chrome. It's not that light like is usual. And the full spec leather interior. Also power upgrade. Yeah, to 6.3 liter, 850 horsepower. But yeah, we're not stopping here. As you know, here the Brabus Rocket R, one of the most beautiful cars we ever built, a real Brabus masterpiece, limited to 25 units, based on the Porsche 911 Turbo S.
This has been a big departure, hasn't it? Because obviously the reputation and awareness of your work with Mercedes products has been for many years.
Yeah, so we were working for over 40 years exclusively with Mercedes-Benz and smart cars, yeah, and we were famous for that, and we're called the Mercedes tuner from some magazines. But for us it was a piece of, let's say, change and a piece of history as well, you know, because we got a lot of requests from clients since decades. They were asking, I have this nice S-Class from you, I want to have the Brabus leather in my Porsche, or in maybe another car. And we said, no, we are the Mercedes tuner, please, do understand this. And the people accepted it, and we were asking ourselves why we're not doing it. And because we also love Porsche and maybe some other cars as well, because we are car enthusiasts here at Brabus. And then we were discussing this since decades, and then we come to the point that we said, hey, why we are not doing it? And then we were asking ourselves, why? And then we said,
it's time.
Okay, if we're asking ourselves why, we are asking why we are not ordering cars for development. And that was the point where we did it. And we're doing this now for a few years. So we presented the Brabus 820 based on the Turbo S 2 years ago. And then we came up with the Rocket R. And the Rocket R was something we said, okay, it have to be outstanding with the ducktail spoiler in the back. So the whole back is complete new. The body is much wider than the standard. All made from carbon fiber, in-wheel houses from Kevlar. Brabus Monoblock P, a special developed wheel design with aero disc and a carbon cover on top. We have a complete new exhaust, which is made from Inconel, with exhaust tips which are printed in metal. Yeah? Something really unique and a unique design. Yeah. Then the carbon diffuser in the front. We have a complete new front fender. We have a complete new front skirt. And for sure, a complete Brabus masterpiece interior on this car, which is handmade. And this car is sold to a client, so it's built on his request and on his color wishes. This gets delivered in the next days.
I think the amazing thing I was going to say, though, is it's limited to 25 units.
Yeah, it's limited to 25 units. And for me personally, one of the most beautiful cars we ever built.
And demand has shown that as well.
Yeah, we had more demand than we can fulfill with 25 cars.
Yeah. Which is phenomenal. It's amazing to see that from the market.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, it was clear that we will sell those 25 cars, but some of our colleagues said, yeah, I'm not sure. But
take it easy.
Yeah,
for
today we know it better that we can sell much more than 25. But limited is limited, so you will see some cars in production with special colors and special wishes from customers later on in the workshop. Yeah, and here we come to the next piece, which is one of our latest builds as well for another brand, which is the Brabus program for the new Range Rover, with a complete upgrade, complete new front skirt, carbon fiber add-ons on the front skirt, like you see here, the front splitter in carbon fiber, 24-inch wheels in this black tinted version. Then we're also offering, for sure, masterpiece interiors. This car is not done yet, but we have another car here at the factory. I can show you this later. Then we have the performance upgrade for the car as well. So we're doing a complete program now also for some special cars. So we are thinking that we take a look what our clients are aiming for, what cars they like, and what will be the future cool car and what will be also fitting to Brabus. So we don't want to do anything on a car which is not typical Brabus.
That makes sense. So obviously at the moment there's some big expansion. Everything's changing.
Yeah, we are doing a lot. So we are doing boats, we are doing motorbikes as well. We have a cooperation with Panerai for watches. We're doing really a lot, and we want to grow. Yeah, we have a good clientele, we have interesting clients all over the world. We are building fascinating cars like the Crawler, also one of my personal highlights, the new 6x6 based on the new G-Class. And we're coming up with a lot of more, and I think we can take a look in the workshop to see some cars which are in production right now.
Should we head through? Go see it?
We should. Now welcome to our workshop number 1.
This has changed a fair bit since I was last here.
It changed a lot. It really changed a lot due to the fact that this was usually made in the middle of the 80s. Yeah, we renovated it from year to year. It got an upgrade, but 2 years ago we started here to make this looking, how we like to see Brabus in 2025 or later. So we changed the flooring, we changed the whole color theme in the workshop here, get new lightings, new car lifts. So it's everything on the interior is brand new, as you see here also. The office of the workshop management is on top, which is completely open. Usually there were a lot of papers and things like that. Today everything, as you see, with screens and digital. It's much easier for the mechanics and also for the management team to understand where the car is right now. So you see exactly, okay, we are at 50% or we are at 20%, and we know if the client gets his car on time. Yeah, that's the thing we have. We have all the brand new beautiful cars here, like the GLS 63 here as a Brabus conversion, new S-classes. We're working on the G-Class. We're having a brand new Turbo S here, which get converted, Turbo S convertible as well. A Brabus 750 conversion based on the SL63, very special Bodo Buschmann edition, very special car here, right-hand steering car. Gets an upgrade to 750 horsepower, and it's a homage to our founder Bodo Buschmann, who loved the SL. Really, he had a black and black car with the black monoblock 2 wheels, and that was a typical Bodo Buschmann car, and we just made this as a version for 2023 or 24 as a very special car, which is for me especially something really unique in the world, and a typical Brabus and a typical Bodo Buschmann car. We're working on the Range Rover, as you see, on the new GLS, on the GLE Coupe, on the V-Class. Again, another G-Class, so we're working on a lot of cars here right now, but that's not everything. So
this was where most things were done, development work, testing cars, kind of a bit of everything.
Yeah, so testing cars, we have a special development workshop, but mainly this was the main workshop.
Yeah.
This was really the main workshop. Here we're building in the engines. On the other side, we're doing the body modifications, and on the end, here at the workshop, we were doing all the electric things, and but today it changed a lot because we have a brand new workshop which is called workshop number 3. We have the workshop number 2, which will be get an overhaul in the end of this year. So we're working really hard to make the facilities ready for the next 20 years.
You're kind of doing to the whole facility exactly what it says over here. Tune it, style it, Brabusize it. Exactly to the building as you do to the cars.
Yeah, but it's not only to the building and not only to the cars, it's also to our digital management. It's also to the things we were thinking about. As I said, today we are doing motorbikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are building cars like a crawler, with a complete own tube frame, with a car like the 6x6, 6-wheeler. Yeah, usually we got this from Mercedes-Benz and did modifications on it.
Yep.
Now, today we're taking a standard G-Class, and today we building a 6x6, so that
we might be able to see some of that later.
For sure, for sure. This is in another workshop, but we take a look in detail. But let's go on from this workshop to workshop number 2, which is right now in build. Let's say like this. This is workshop number 2. It got refurbished, for next year. I think next year when you're coming, this will be also with a black flooring,
completely new
some
style.
new other details. As you see, the car lifts are already installed, the new ones. Range Rover is waiting for conversion. And we have one really special machine here to store our interior parts, to protect them from dents and that everybody can touch them, like we are here and say, hey Tim, look at the door panel. Yeah. So, as you see here, all these parts get stored in such a, let's call it table. So he puts it on, put it into the system, and then he knows exactly which parts from which car are where. And if somebody needs those parts, the colleagues come here, he will give it out because he's also there for the quality control.
Yeah.
He checked the parts before, and also when he give it to the mechanic, that not one of the parts have a small dent or anything else, and then those parts going directly into the car.
And this is storing parts all the way up there.
Yeah, it's a brand new machine. I think it's there from 2 weeks ago, and we are still learning with the machine how to handle it exactly. Later on, he will have a tablet to use the machine, but at the moment it's just the start. But for us, it's we invest a lot of money in new technique and new solutions. Yep. And all would be later on then connected to our digital system in-house, that we understand where the parts are. Yep. Are the parts ready? Is the quality control already done? And on and on. That makes it much easier instead of having some seats here, having some parts there. That makes it a bit complicated. But I would say we should stop here because at the moment you see they're working here on the Brabus Rocket R with a complete black and yellow interior. Very interesting color combination. With yellow brake calipers, carbon fenders as well, so complete Rocket R conversion, which is really nice. It have a complete flooring made from leather with yellow stitching, and here the contrast with the black and the yellow. Yep. Yeah, partial perforation, so very beautiful conversion. But I would say we go very much into detail in this brand new workshop number 3.
Let's head through.
Yeah, which is ready since October, and we still have some slight work to do, but it's in progress, it's in production right now. Wow. And as you see, this is really an impressive space we have here.
Impressive is an understatement.
Yeah,
this is an expansion and a half.
Yeah, but we love this, we love this. We have a new quality gates, so we have 5 quality gates. All cars were checked by a quality team. We have also a spot to take pictures here from a client's car, so we can take the car here inside of the workshop, can make a small video, can make small pictures. We build up here, as you see, Brabus G63 White Star conversions. We are building also the Rocket R here inside, and brand new the Brabus Rocket 1000 also here in this workshop.
So the G63s have clearly always been a very big part of the business.
For us, the G63 is the daily piece we are working on every day, and we're doing so much different things with the G-Class, yeah? As we're doing a 700 horsepower, 800 horsepower, 900 horsepower conversion. We're doing a White Star conversion, we're doing the Adventure conversion.
Yep.
Yeah, we do working on the 4x4 square. We are having a complete program for this. We're having the XLP, I think you remember, it was it is now a few years ago when you've been here, when the Geneva car show was cancelled. Since then we are building a pickup based on the G-Class. Today we are building also a 6x6, and we are building as well the P900, which is the lower version of the XLP, a very fast pickup with top speed of 280 kilometers. Yeah, so very interesting car. And here, as you see, we have the Rocket 1000 here. The door is at the painter company right now. Also a full spec car with 1000 horsepower. Yeah. And here another car which is ready from production in Stell's Grey. And the next car beside of that, as you see, we have a lot of Rocket R conversions here. 9 cars are already built and be with the customer, and we are now working on the other cars here right now. So we have one in this special silver matte color. The next one get a full paint job in white. Another one here will be built in black. Here another car in black with yellow accents as well. Another one in this gray. I think it's called, in German, it's called Kreide. And then another car in black. And on this car we're having a lot of really new parts, like made from carbon fiber, like made from Kevlar, like this in-wheel house here, as you see, which is very interesting. Yeah, this is really very light.
That's a full Kevlar wheel arch liner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredibly light for what it is.
Yeah, usually you don't need this in Kevlar.
No.
But it's lovely to have it, you know.
Oh, for sure.
For us, it's the details which makes the difference. Also here the cooling things to make the car working properly. The side panels are completely made from carbon fiber. The whole front in general is made from carbon fiber. So a complete new car with the ducktail spoiler. Yeah, something we really like, and as you see, this workshop here is very nice. You have a lot of daylight, and I think also for our colleagues here, a step beyond our typical workshops.
Completely.
But we love it. So most of the guys said that our camera guys love this workshop as well, because you don't have the issues which is in a normal tiny small workshop.
You got a lot of space.
You have a lot of space. You can drive with the car through the location here and on and on. So very beautiful.
Can we explain what this is?
Yeah, that's the Brabus Haflinger. So it's not the Brabus car. We just brought it years ago. This car it have a long history in Brabus. We're having this car now for 20 years, over 20 years. With this car, we take the engines from the engine workshop to the workshop where the car is, to build up the engine inside of the car. So I would say this is the Haflinger, or in general, the car with the most V12 and V8 engines. I would say at least it had minimum 500 engines on the back. Something really unique.
Perfect pickup.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, something is also new here. Previous here we are building classic cars. Today it's the Brabus interior department, or we call it the home of our masterpieces. Yeah, yeah. We have increased everything here: space, machines, employees. As you see, it's very digital with machines who are able to create more individual designs. Yeah, and also to make more of them in the same time. As you see here, those stitching machines getting just the leather, which is already prepared with the foam.
So it's interesting, you do all of this in rectangular shapes.
Yeah, because when you're doing a seat or you're doing parts, you have the stitching here, and maybe on the next part it have to fit together. Yeah. So you have to match it, and for this you need some extra space on the leather. If you just have it, which is cut it out, and then it's exactly like this, because depending on the kind of stitching you're using, like the squares here, or you're using like these ones here, to match this is a thing which you need to do by hand. And
Yeah.
that means you need a bit more material. And these machines are doing this 24 hours if needed. And they do it every time in the same quality. As you see here, also some preparations here for the Brabus marine boats, for the shadow boats.
Okay, yeah.
This is a very special leather. It's nano protected, so you really have to touch this. Very soft. It's a real leather. Very special material.
It's a very strange feeling because of how soft it is.
That's something really unique. We had exclusive right now, a brand new material. We're having different machines also for not only stitching. We can do embroidery here. We also can do perforation, partial perforation, as you see here right now. So this machine is just doing the holes in different sizes.
That's incredible, isn't it? Because those shapes, it's not even just that it's punching holes, it's that it's
You also have different sizes, and then also this machine is doing the stitching.
Okay.
Yeah, and afterwards, as we can see it here from a sample, this is now with the underlayer material in black. You have this shine through effect that it comes out the black. This client here wants to have also the black stitching. Maybe the next one said, okay, I'm not interested, I want to have red leather and also the underlay is black. Okay. So you also have a shine through effect in that color, or you say, come on, I'm a bit more colorful, I want to have it this. And then
with blue stitching
and
with
then
red backing.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So with these,
I mean, really, we're just seeing a sample here, but perforations, embroideries, stitching, shaped fabrics.
Everything done in-house.
You can do absolutely anything with it all.
Yeah.
What is this large contraption?
With this machine, we cut out the bits and pieces for each interior.
Okay.
So we take the leather on top. We have a laser system here. The machine will select the parts on the leather.
Yeah.
Before we check the leather with another machine, it's that one. It's called Diva. Yeah. So this machine saying, okay, the leather have a dent here. It's a problem here.
Yeah.
The best part of the leather would be this.
Yeah.
And also selects the leather, as you say, maybe for a dashboard.
Okay.
Because when you're in the car, the whole time you're looking on the dashboard. This have to be in the best quality.
Yep.
Yeah. And this machine is supporting us with a digital camera and things like that to make this happen. And if those parts are cutted out, the parts come here to the team, and the team is doing handmade interiors, as you see here, black and orange combination, full masterpiece interior here for G-Wagon.
It's incredible.
The next one is working on a green interior. As you see, Ralph is working on the flooring.
Okay, yeah, the footwell areas.
Ralph,
That's the amazing
was
thing.
ist das für ein Auto? For Range Rover.
For Range Rover. You cover every single area of the car. It's no stone.
Nearly everything.
Yeah,
nearly.
no stone
Not
is left
everything,
unturned.
but we give our best to make it happen. And as you see, the next one is working on a more lighter color with a new with another design. The colleagues here working on a brown seats.
Yeah.
And here one special thing, that's really the combination of everything. You have the standard stitching here of the machine, you have the embroidery, and you have the perforation.
All on the one
All on
seat.
one.
And you line up the squares.
Yeah.
That's the amazing
And that's
thing.
what I
you were
said,
saying
you know,
earlier.
because you have to match these parts. Yeah, if you have maybe just the parts cut it out and then the next one is here and there, it doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all
very
about
into detail.
every single bit of detail.
Yeah.
And to do all of these different patterns and stitchings and shapes and things, how does that work?
Yeah, we have a development team and a design team, and we have designers. We are creating new designs, and then we have to make the translation for the machines and for the colleagues here to make it happen. So then we're doing a prototype, and when we have the prototype ready, everything get digitalized. For the next car that we have everything in the computer and say, come on, we need this piece of the leather, it should be that, the stitching should be here. And that's what we're doing here right now. Here they're working on the new S63 interiors. They're doing only samples sometimes for creating the digital masters and on and on. The next one, as you see here, is working now with the yellow leather, maybe for the Porsche we have seen in the workshop. I'm not sure where he's working right now. And Ulla is working on as well maybe the Range Rover interior parts.
There's a team working on the different parts, on the different sections.
Wie das ein Sitz? It's for the seat. Rücken. The back of the seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see these because every part has to be made
and
to fit together.
What you see here is, so she's getting this, yeah, and then she fits it all together with the leather, and then later on you have a complete seat cover.
And this is really interesting to see. And you have different materials even on the seats, right? So it all has to come together. It has to be the same color.
For sure, sometimes we have also Alcantara.
Yep.
Or other materials, what the clients wants. And as you see here, with the piping inside, with the light, with the darker green, and here darker green stitching, here tone in tone stitching. There are a lot of details some people in the first view you didn't recognize. But if you're sitting in such a car, you can also emboss logos. Yeah, and that you have the 77 pattern inside of your seat and things like that.
There's no limit to personalization.
Some things are a limit, but in general, no. First come to us and then we find out if we find a limit. Yeah. So he's covering the center console for G-Wagon because we're also offering for the G-Wagon single seats in the back, so not the rear bench. So then we have single seats like a chauffeur seat. Yeah. And he's covering this now with foam, and later on he will cover this with leather. And this is all handmade. Yeah,
all has to be completely created in-house, right? It's not. Doesn't come from anywhere else.
No, and that's what we are. You know, we try to do as much as possible in-house. You will see it later on when we come maybe to the CNC department or other departments. And what we can do here is we also can make a configuration with the client. Yeah. We have a complete configurator for interiors and also for exteriors. Which is
so would a client come and join you right here to build?
He could. We can also do this online.
But it's quite an experience to come right to here and join you.
The people want to touch it, they want to feel it.
For sure.
What we very often do, our sales guys are doing, is that we do an appointment, digital appointment, online, and then we meet with the client.
And render up their car.
And after that, we know exactly how the car will look.
What I quite appreciate is actually that you're doing this surrounded by where the work is being done.
We can do both.
But this is amazing. Like, this feels so much more connected to what's happening. I mean, it's playing a render at the moment, right?
It's playing a render, but that's a configuration we have done here. Yeah. You see, that's the configuration of a car. The wheels are not changed yet, it's just made on the interior.
That's very cool that you have it right here. I love that you have it right here. That to me is exactly where I would want to do it, because you can go and look at some leathers, you can look at some stitching samples.
And if the client wants, we can do one. You know, if he said, okay, I want to have this design, but with black and blue. Yeah. Then we take out some leather from the warehouse, make a sample, he can have a look, we place it in the car, to the car, and
see what it looks like direct. That's amazing.
So very individual.
Interior configuration loaded of the Turbo S Cabriolet.
Yeah, so we have here, we have the signature style, where we can start with. With these type of interior, you can have also a lot of modifications. So you can say, okay, I don't like these arrow stitching, I want to have ellipse. Then we just put on ellipse, you change it, and then maybe you say, come on, it's nice, but the main color, so you can choose primary, secondary, or accent color. You say, okay, accent I don't like in red, I want to have these in white.
And you've got so many choices.
So then it changes.
And you can move this around, right? Yeah, this is all...
You can move everywhere. Through the window, very into detail, into the interior.
This is a very cool configurator.
You can say, okay, the secondary color should be also maybe white. Just
if you're feeling brave.
Now it's a combination of white and white and red.
We should stress that this is a demonstration. This is not what we're actually doing to spec a car.
You can play around, and it helps the client to understand what fits very well together and what's really his wish. Because we can talk, you say, I love white and red, and then we do a white and red interior. But here you can really say, okay, now I understand this is not looking that nice, maybe we change this. Okay, maybe this white is a bit much, then you say, okay, let's go back to the colors and give me maybe a light gray color or granite. Looks maybe a bit more decent. I love
that you have the ability to do the stitching, the patterns, the piping, the trims, and it's all rendered
We are not
in real.
on the end, just to give you an upgrade. Now we're talking about stitching. You can say, okay, tone in tone, match to the interior, or we just say, okay, I want to have white stitching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then all the details, as you see here, are made in white, and also on the secondary you can say, come on, it looks nice now with the white stitching,
Yeah.
but also I want to have everything just as a sample, just to show what's possible. The
Yeah.
secondary should be in yellow, and you see here on the steering wheel you have some small details in yellow. Then we also can work on the piping.
Yeah.
The piping is here red and red, very difficult to see. Let's just show it. Should be in white. And then now it's the white piping. And then we also can talk about carbon fiber details and everything. You can take a look at your seats, very into detail here.
The level of detail on this configurator is unbelievable, what you've done with this.
Yeah, it needs a good machine behind that, and it needs good programming, and also a lot of work before you start with it. Yeah, we can upgrade the carbon fiber package. We say, okay, we want to have it in matte in the interior, and if we take the carbon package 1. And then we can also say, yes, all the buttons is nice, the chrome in the car, but we want to have this in red as well.
It's like anodized buttons.
Anodized, yeah. Then all the buttons and things like that will be anodized. In the door panel, as you see, the door openers,
the door handles and things,
and things like that. And then we go to the brand. Okay, you can have the masterpiece badges, which are already chosen because we took the masterpiece style, the signature style. We can have carbon fiber door sills. And then you can have a lot of other materials like laminated footrest, quilted leather floor mats we already have. As you see, a lot of details. Yeah. And if we say, come on, okay, it's nice, we want to see the whole car, as you see here.
Here's one we prepared
We
earlier.
can play around with the whole car here, taking a look how the car is looking in general with the exterior and interior. And if you say, yeah, but it's nice, I don't have the car in my studio, I want to have it maybe in another surrounding, then we can say, okay, we put it now into the desert, because Tim moved now to Dubai or whatever. Then we put the car inside of the desert.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
Sun flare on it.
Sun flare. Or you say, come on, no, this is too fancy. Maybe we put it in a dark studio.
Something tells me you quite enjoy going through the configurator.
Yeah, as you see how it looks by night. Yeah,
that's cool.
And
so you really can create a masterpiece. You really can do whatever.
I think with that one here, it's very close to that, what your car later on is.
Yeah.
I would say it's 97% close to the main car.
As a way of visualizing what you're actually having built, this is near on perfect.
Yeah. And now if you say, come on, I want to have a video, we can send this video to the client.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can have it at home at his screen and waiting until the masterpiece is produced.
That's really cool. That's really cool. What a department. This is amazing. The equipment, the staff, the team, what you do here is absolutely amazing.
We have really great workers here. So they're doing their very detailed work, and that makes us really happy.
As we're walking by, I think over the years we must have filmed 10, 15, 20 videos here.
Yeah, that was the main spot for you. You love that place.
I just like bringing a car here. You have your little testing area as well.
Yeah, we're testing cars. We have an official noise testing track here as well. It's officially homologated by the German Kraftfahrtbundesamt. So we are allowed to do official noise testings here together with the TOV.
Ah, interesting. And
it has a special tarmac, and inside there are, you can't see them right now, but there are special microphones for noise testing and things like that. So, but we need that because when we do a performance upgrade, you need to do new noise testing for the car.
Interesting, and also double purpose because you've got a helipad for customers.
Yeah, they're coming from time to time. We have some, they arrive in a helicopter and going back with the car. Yeah, welcome to our factory number 3. So Werk 3 is responsible for those big supercars.
The big toys, I can see
the big toys, as you see. Let's go into detail. Here the Brabus P900. All these cars are based on the G63. So we take a standard G63 and modify this one to the fastest pickup in the world. 900 horsepower, top speed 280 kilometers per hour, 24-inch wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, with carbon fiber aero disc, very special, very unique. You only get it on the P900 and on the Rocket edition. Mm-hmm. And with a very special interior.
Wow.
In this wonderful blue color here. Combination with glossy carbon fiber, with the shadow chrome. and everything. And also the pickup bed is very special because it have the same color combination than the car have. That's a material which we are normally using for our boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flexi teak, a very special material, and the logo of the car of Brabus have the same color like the interior of the car. A lot of details were done here as well. Complete new suspension, a lot of engineering work, and all starts with that one here.
Yeah,
so we're starting with the standard G63. We are getting a factory built G63, fully spec'd, and then at the beginning, when we start with the modification, the car is looking like this.
Yeah.
And even we change the axles depending what you're doing, because if we get the portal axles, then we also change those ones. The engine is now in the workshop.
Yep.
The interior is now in the interior department. And from that point, we are starting to take off the frame, modifying the body. Yeah, and then we're starting to build maybe a 6x6, which is really special. As you see here, this is really in the build right now.
Yeah.
We are having a complete new modified frame. Yeah, everything which is gray is modified or even complete new. So the back of the frame is complete new. We have a very special suspension on the back, a complete new drivetrain in the back with new drive shafts with 2 dampers for each wheel. A lot of electronics have to be modified and have to be redeveloped. It will become a big pickup bed, which is a combination from metal and also carbon fiber. So the whole side panels are made from carbon fiber. It will get a complete interior, masterpiece interior, custom made. But I think we better go to the other car where you can see much more details, because this is in a very beautiful color, 904 Mercedes-Benz. I love the color. I love black, but this is into detail, very close to this and very special. You just see it on second view. Combination with glossy carbon fiber. Yeah, 4.5 liter, 900 horsepower engine. All details painted in black. A very beautiful interior, which is a combination from graphite and blue.
All of the anodized details. Everything, the full interior, the air vent inserts, the center console, the controls.
Also here the small logos, the door thing here, and also carbon fiber on the seats, and also in the back. As you see, you don't have any carpet any longer. Everything is really done in leather.
Yeah.
So that's a really fully spec Brabus 6x6. Price for such a car, 1.2 million, depending on your special wishes.
But this is really a full spec, top of the top.
That's really top of the top at the moment.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously with the previous G-Wagon, Mercedes G made them in-house.
Yep.
This G-Wagon,
I think we sold most of the cars and had most of the cars here for modification, and most of people were thinking that the car came from us, but was produced by Mercedes-Benz. But what we said, that we heard that Mercedes-Benz is not doing 6x6 on the new version, we said, okay, we need to do it. So first we started with the XLP. Yep. So you remember the silver car we had, that was
Portal
the first
axles,
step.
longer wheelbase.
Portal axles, pickup, 4x4, very high, very massive car. And in that case, we know that we want to build a 6x6, but we needed a bit more time, and now here it is. Very unique, very special. And
to engineer all of this. Everything you look at here is new from you. Everything that you see underneath.
Also here, the side panel, what you see here, this is made completely from carbon fiber.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a frame underneath, which is made from metal. Here you can see it. Yeah. Yeah. But the outer part is completely, the surface completely made from carbon fiber.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I would say we need to go to have a look on a very special car. We still we are still producing a very crazy car. All the people love it all around the world. Even if it's a famous musician or a guy from the UAE, from Abu Dhabi or whatever, it's the Brabus Crawler. Yeah. That was one, or is one, very special car for us, because that's the first car where we did our own complete subframe of the car. Yeah. Yeah, it's a completely, because usually we're using a Mercedes-Benz body, but here in that case, no. Yeah, it's a complete own Brabus body, because the panels we have are made from carbon fiber and Kevlar. We have a flip-off front, which is also complete new. Yeah, developed, it's a one piece, so you can put this on top of the car.
This entire front clam is one piece?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we have here the side panel, which is from here up to there. Also from one piece, only the front part, the inner wheelhouse is made from Kevlar.
That's one single long carbon fiber piece. That's enormous.
Yeah. So the part's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's really up to here, and then we add on the Kevlar part.
Yeah.
And what you see here is you see all the electronics from the car in the back. Yeah, the batteries and all the servicing, because here's just the cover on top. There were all the electronics. We have these special off-road wheels, the interior, getting special racing seats as well. So that's really a fun toy for the desert with 900 horsepower.
What was the idea for this?
It was a crazy idea. Let's say it like this. The idea was that we said we want to build something outstanding.
Yeah, that's for sure. You've done that.
I think we a bit higher than the thing we want to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of ideas, and we take it all together and said this should be really the fun toy, and the clients love the car. So we have a lot of clients which are driving in the desert or really off-road, and really, that was a good hit for a car we did. And a lot of details like the air intake, as you see, everything is really modified. The in-wheel houses. So Marco here is building up the car with the side cover. What we've seen there on the side is now here ready. How long you need for building this side cover on it? 10 minutes or? In 10 minutes
Easy.
it looks like a car, you know.
Amazing.
But for such a huge part.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Some people think in a way it is a G-Wagon, but it's not. It's your own thing.
And as you see here, the next car, here's an XLP inbuilt. So that means also with portal axles, the body is modified. And here you can see the metal subframe underneath, and it will be covered by a carbon fiber piece on top.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And here they're working on the next, maybe XLP or P900. I would say it would be a P900 because it still have the standard axles.
Yeah.
And then it's getting also 900 horsepower engine and on and on. So that's the factory number 3. Very interesting area, I would say.
This is an amazing
Let's
place.
go on.
Into the engines.
Yeah, our wonderful engine department.
I mean, this is a big thing that Brabus is famed for. Making some seriously powerful machines.
I think for us it's something we will never give up.
Yeah.
You know, because more capacity engines is one of the Brabus major topics and major things. So here, as you see, they're taking a complete standard 4-liter AMG 63 engine, taking everything away in bits and pieces, and then starting to rebuild the engine so it gets a bigger bore, it gets a new crankshaft, it gets new pistons and on, and each engine is hand built. We're not only doing here these modern engines, we're also working here on engines for classic cars like the 300 SL. In that case, it's an engine for the 300 SL Gullwing. And Thomas is preparing the engine himself, and because he's responsible for the engine.
Yeah.
If later on there's a damage or something like this, he will have a short speech. But no, I'm just kidding. He's doing an excellent job here, and then Thorsten there is working on a 900 horsepower, 4.5 liter 63 engine, which is nearly ready to be getting back to the workshop in the car.
Yeah, so it's quite amazing to think that you have the likes of a 300 SL engine alongside one of the 900.
Yeah, but you know, for us it's a piece of history of Mercedes and a piece of history of engine building. Yeah. So our guys can do the most modern engines, and they can still work on the things from the 50s and 60s and 70s, and it's good for the young people to learn that. Yeah. You know, because you're not only working on the electronics, and here we do mechanical work. Yeah, because on a normal standard engine, when you go to a workshop, they do nothing. They change the engine, put a new engine inside. Next. Here they need to change the cylinder heads. Sometimes they have a mechanical injection system and they learn it. Yeah? It's also good for the young people and also good for us for the future that we have the people who can learn from the other ones to learn about old techniques and also learning on new techniques, and that's a good thing.
This is a bit different.
Yeah, this is really a bit different. This is our, we call it CNC department, but in general we have a lot of other things here inside. We have a small laboratory where we can do some testing work and where we can do some special measurements on special pieces. Sometimes we develop the machines we are using especially as a sample for embossing ourselves, and sometimes then we need to test those parts for those things Also here we have a piece, half of the, so this is the dashboard of the Brabus Shadow boat.
Oh, okay.
So we can also work here on the carbon fiber parts and things like that. But we can go maybe to the other side, which is our 3D printing area.
Okay.
So with this 3D printing, I think everybody knows what we can do with it. But for us, it makes a huge difference, because with those machines we can produce prototype parts on the same day. Yeah. We can take them, we print them in plastic, and we're taking those parts later on into the car, check if everything fits, and then we can start with the production. Or we say, come on, we need a mold from exactly this car, and we build a mold from this part, and then we can on the next day can produce directly parts.
So that completely changes the way you develop.
It changes a lot. It changes a lot. So development goes much faster. And as you see here, we are producing also the more displacement engines. That means we're taking the 4-liter AMG G63 engine on the 5-axle CNC Hamlin machine, make a bigger bore, so we increase the displacement from 4 liter to 4.5 liter, or we're producing special molds for plastic or for carbon fiber, whatever we need. So we are able to produce a lot of bits and pieces here in-house.
And when you have models like the Rocket R, you make a limited run. Presumably this makes it much easier to make sure you get that right part and you get...
Yeah, as a sample on the actual Rocket 1000, we have a special rear spoiler.
Yeah.
And also the aluminium arms from the rear spoiler are produced in-house here, and we can produce them on demand. So when we have this month, we're producing 3 cars, we can produce 3 pieces of those special aluminium parts.
Clever. This is Brabus Classic.
Yeah, Brabus Classic, so our workshop here, very special. So we're working here on old Mercedes cars from the 50s, 60s and 70s, and maybe sometimes later like the 500e, W124,
Yeah.
but mainly we were working on 280 SE 3.5 convertible, as you see here, or a 280 SL Pagoda, or we are working on the 300 SL Gullwing or Roadster.
Yeah, this is becoming more and more, I guess, of the business as the interest in classics and keeping classics running properly.
And we're doing this for more than 10 years right now. It's a part of Brabus, but those cars needing more attention. You know,
Yeah.
a masterpiece car is quickly produced compared to this, because for a masterpiece we need 3 to 4 months to produce a masterpiece car, or Brabus Rocket. Here we're needing 1,000 hours, 1,500 hours. I mean, or on a 300 SL 4,500 hours. That means we were talking about 1 month, not for 1 month, we were talking for 1 year or 2 years of restoration for the car.
Yeah, it's a big project to do something like that. Stunning cars, beautiful, beautiful creations.
But on the end, you have a car which is really in the same condition like it left the factory in 1970 or in 1950, and that's the major thing on those cars.
Into the showroom. I've been here before. Last time it was filled with G-Wagons. This time it's filled with some beautiful classic cars.
Yeah, usually that was formerly the Smart Brabus showroom. Today it's the classic showroom, but we also have our photo studio here inside. Yeah, that means we have an electric turntable, so we are able to photograph the cars here, film the cars here indoor.
Yeah.
That is really a good thing for us, and we have also a beautiful range of cars, the Pagoda, the W111 to 80 SE 3.5 convertible. Yeah, beautiful area here.
The scale of the warehouse is quite frankly remarkable. I had no idea you had so much.
Yeah, but we needed this. So this factory number 6 is called. Yeah, it's our major warehouse together with factory number 5 connected. Yeah, so and with this warehouse, yeah, we're sending the parts out all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means also when our workshop is needing parts, the colleagues getting the parts from here, and also if a dealer in Mexico or the dealer in Italy needs a shift knob or needs a wheel, it gets shipped from here.
Yeah. I guess along with merchandise and everything else.
We have polo shirts here. We have 24-inch wheels. We have 16-inch wheels here. We have carbon fiber wheels. We have carbon fiber parts, crawler front, as you see. We have all the small bits and pieces like performance upgrades, turbochargers. On the other side, you see wheels. whatever you need. So because our parts are all produced only for us,
Yeah.
and we need to have them on stock. So we could not call somebody and say, please send us a Brabus front spoiler.
Yeah.
No, we have them on stock. It means as well we have the Brabus White Star kit here. Everything. Really everything. From here on, you can have a brake system, you can have a suspension, the wheels, even leather is here in that warehouse.
Interesting, because when you have a full conversion package for a car, right, the size of the boxes of packagings, especially when you're talking bumpers and you're talking big components.
You're talking about 24-inch wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a massive space which is needed. Yeah, here as a sample, you see these are body parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are carbon fiber body parts which are inside those boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you see the front and rear skirts of the Brabus White Star kits.
Yeah.
Which is made from pure RM. Yeah, and then later on get some carbon fiber add-ons if needed. Yeah, we have really everything here. Yeah, in that warehouse.
It's amazing to see, because this is just half of it and it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I think it gives a sense of the scale of the operation that is Brabus, which I think is sometimes quite hard to see from outside. You don't realize how much is involved.
Not everybody's invited to come inside here. Because maybe there are some collectors that are taking too much parts.
Good shopping list you could start writing if you start being nosy and looking at what's in these boxes.
Yeah, because here sometimes you have some very rare parts, you know, from the older cars as well. Yeah, but we have everything here. So even if you need a special screw or aluminium part, a brake caliper,
it's all here. We return back to where we began. Thank you for the tour.
Yeah, factory number 1, we are back. But I think we didn't have enough time, so we have still much more to see.
There's more. You must have dyno testing.
Yeah, development departments and other things, and yeah, but I think for that we need much more time, and for the development I don't think that they like you with the camera there, but it was a pleasure really to having you, and hopefully to see you in the next few months here, and hopefully with the new Brabus showroom.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sven. What an amazing opportunity. Really, really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a safe drive.
Well, that basically wraps up our visit for today. What a stop with the GT Black Series to come here to Brabus, where over the years I've been to visit quite a few times, but today to bring you along as well, to go for a full tour, to see how they build a masterpiece. Whether it's the 900 Rocket R Turbo S, whether it's an S-Class Maybach, or whether it is the 6x6, the absolute monstrous beast that is Brabus's own 6x6. It is a phenomenal operation, the absolute top of the top. The attention to detail with materials, the presentation even of the workshop environments, and everything that we've been able to see with Sven today. But that is it for this time. I think we should wrap things up for there. I hope you've enjoyed this walk around of the full Brabus facility here in Bottrop, Germany. So thank you very much for watching. That's it for this time, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!